How's everyone doing today? I'm not wearing black and being in mourning, but I am Dr. C. Victor Herbert III, and I'm taking it to the house.
And I'm Dr. Timothy Hoover. And on TV, I play Dr. Phil. And I feel like it's a Dr. Phil like moment because my co host, he's not wearing black, but he is in black right now. You just don't see it. We're going to take a little bit of time, talk about those Ravens and those Bills. We're going to talk about how the Chiefs demolished the Texans, took care of their business. We're going to talk about the Eagles. We're going to talk about Commanders and Eagles coming up, how the Commanders dismantled the number one NFC seed, how that happened. And then in the NCAA finals, man, we got a college champion, we got a national champion out of Ohio. But I want to be excited, but I can't because I don't want to disrespect my co-host. So I said, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to relax just a little bit. I got my co-host on the proverbial couch right now. Vic, what's on your mind, sir?
Well, all I can say is, Dr. Tim, is they say Lamar, Baltimore Ravens, it's the playoffs. And then they also tell us you play to win the game.
Yes.
Think about the Buffalo Bills, Dr. Tim, that's having a hard time for you right now is that they are who they were. I was off the hook. You want to call the ass and count them. I am so that I could not watch sports TV for 2 days. Like literally, I darkened the house. I turned on depressing music. I had my same clothes on. I had bottles of bourbon all over the place. Get away from me! I'm hideous. I didn't want to be with anybody. I don't. I don't understand. And I'm trying to find peace with this, but it's going to be another long 12 months. 12 months ago, I sat there in the M&T Stadium, the AFC Championship game, where we, the Baltimore Ravens, had it, and we fumbled. Zay Flowers fumbles right there. We only scored 10 points and allowed the Kansas City Chiefs to score 17. So when I say, wow, we're about to play Buffalo, it's a whole nother year. We got this. And to watch it unfold, I know everyone wants to take the shot at Mark Andrews. Yeah, brother, you're gonna feel some of this, but we're not in that situation. If Lamar Jackson is under control and composure that first half, you're talking about an televised interception, then trying to do something and fumble. Those are two opportunities that we're driving. That first time we had the turnover, 9 play drive, 54 yards, just eating them up. 6 yards a carry. Each play is giving 6 yards. And just take the sack. Just like, who are we talking about here? Mm. So to watch that. So now we're already playing from behind unnecessarily. Then we had the drop passes. King Henry had about 20, 30 yards just right there, but he just fingertip drop. We had a pass across the middle, a drag across the middle, drop. And this is key to say, yes, Lamar Jackson had that fumble, but the play right before that, Mark Andrews dropped the ball. He dropped it. He was already in field goal position. So he drops it. The next play, Lamar has the fumble. Like everything plays upon itself. And in the playoffs, every mistake is magnified. It's a
Yes.
zero defect game. Every game this weekend, as we'll go through the rest of them, those who lost, self inflicted penalties, things that you don't recover from. This is the best of the best. And for Lamar to be maybe the third time MVP, be back to back, and you give that performance, man, this is stuff of legends. But I will tell you this as I'm still recovering from this state of depression, that there was also a Hall of Fame quarterback by the name of Peyton Manning. That the big knock on him, he could not win it in the big one. He could not, he had this playoff curse. And eventually he broke that curse. Him and Tony Dungy wins that Super Bowl, Indianapolis Colts, and then he also wins one for the Denver Broncos. So there is hope. There is hope. But I the challenge here is windows. Not the playing window, it's staff window. Last year we lost most of our defensive staff. This year, I do not want us to lose our offensive coordinator because what he's done with Lamar was wonders. And so if that happens, that's another gut punch. King Henry's gonna be a year older. Zay Flowers, yes, we missed him big time at injury part of the game, and not having Zay Flowers did not cause us to lose the game. So I am talking it out, and I feel a little bit better right now. But it's going to be hard to watch football this next weekend because I know that we should have been there.
I think you're doing well being able to talk it out. You sound like you're in a better space and place, and I do appreciate that. The psychology of the game, and you're a fan, you're consumed in your fandom for this team. Can you imagine the psychology of a Mark Andrews, a Lamar, coach, team, organization? Can you imagine the psychology that they're going through? But you were breaking down the game itself and inflicted plays, penalties, fumbles, interceptions. I would like for you to take a step back. And if you don't, I'm going to do it for us. You got to give Bills credit because they didn't beat themselves. And so that's where I would start. Tip your hat, give Bills credit, Josh Allen credit, coach. And I talked about the coach. I thought he was an underdog going in. Harbaugh, I thought, was a superior coach. And yet, you still got to play the game. You still got to execute. You got to be, as you say, flawless. But even if you're not flawless, you still need to be able to overcome, whether it's the weather or the odds, home field, you got to overcome. And the Bills just played a better, smarter game. So, as a Lamar fan, Mark Andrews fan, Ravens fan, I like the Bills as well. I'm more upset, and you didn't mention not running the damn ball. Run the ball. You got King Henry for these elements to be able to plod and wreak havoc in the fourth quarter. They should not have to play from behind. Play your game, and you lost your identity again. Does it sound familiar to last year's AFC game, championship game? You stopped running the ball. Where Lamar feels as though he has to be a magician, and he shouldn't have to be. So I fault many people, but I got to start at the top. Coaches, you got a game plan. And to me, the game plan is I don't care if they make me have to pass the ball. No, I'm going to run the ball anyways. I'm still going to force King Henry down their throat because I'm going to be taking that spoon and digging into that brick. And over time, that spoon is going to get into the brick. King Henry is going to wear them down. There shouldn't have to be the turnovers with the drop passes. There shouldn't have to be the fumbles from Lamar because he's dropping back and trying to make it happen because he feels so responsible for this team. He feels like he has to do it all, and he shouldn't. He doesn't. When you acquire King Henry, when you do have a Mark Andrews, when you have a Lively over there, you got the tight end group, who's to me the best tight end group in football. Make it easy. Make it easy on yourself. But again, I started off by talking about the Bills. The Bills did what they needed to do, and they ran the ball, and they were conservative. Josh Allen didn't have to throw for 300 yards, just manage the game. That's all. And so I give credit to the Bills. Like I said, um, I don't want to blame anyone because it's a shared responsibility. We lose, you lose, they lose. It's a team that loses. It wasn't because Mark Andrews didn't catch a 2 point conversion because we don't know what was going to happen after that. It wasn't because he fumbled or no, it's the compilation and the aggregate of things that happened and they couldn't recover from them. So the best team, in my opinion, executed their game plan better, played better situational football, and in those elements, you really have to be very, very careful. You mentioned it last year. Everybody plays in cold weather. Yeah, but Yes, but when it's cold, you usually don't throw the ball that much. You usually don't. You really just hand it off, and you have the better running game. So when you don't do what you're known for and far superior than any other team, then you deserve to lose. And I hate saying that, not trying to be mean or insensitive, but when you stop being who you are, this is the result of that.
I hear you, but I still I don't feel as bad with the offensive game plans I did last year. King Henry still got 16 touches, 80 plus yards. Justice Hill still had about 5 or 7 carries. So that's already 23 rushes. The challenge is why we had to stray away from the run game, it's because they're playing from behind. So now if you're coming into the second half already down 11, 12 points and not stopping Buffalo, who was pretty sustaining drive, but they play with short field. So now, in order to get us back in the game, Lamar has to pass, or just be patient with your game plan. I think that first half
Right.
they did have a pretty good
That's
lock on
my
Derrick
point.
Henry because he was
Yes.
getting. They had a good. I mean, they had a lot of good rush. They had a lot of good pressure on Lamar. I mean, that pressure is like, okay, this is a different game. But like you said, keep hammering at the nail. Keep hammering at the nail. Eventually, started breaking. He started breaking.
Yes. Yes.
But that's why they call it momentum. Lamar throws that ill-advised interception, momentum. Next play is the fumble, momentum, and they score for that next one. There you go. I mean, now we're gripping. Oh, come on, now you throw a pass, someone drops it. Like you said, the psychological part of the game itself. And to your point, yes, congratulations, Bills, because you played the game. You played your game. You didn't play anyone else's game. It was ugly. You didn't have to run up and down. You played your game, which was don't make any mistakes. You played your game by maybe Lamar's going to panic. Maybe the moment's too big for him. You're at home. You know your game plan, and what happens? They convert it. And to that point, you are the better team because you learn how to exploit the team's weaknesses. They made mistakes. You made them pay for it. Even towards the end, they did not give up. They had injuries going on. So, like you said, everybody had to play in the snow. So, what was the best team who was coached to sustain the same elements? It's not on
Right.
Baltimore's side, they got snow and Buffalo don't have snow. No, both teams play the same conditions. And as you stated, even if Josh only passed on 27 yards, how many times did he have to throw it? Not that much because you are playing within the auspice of what your game plan should have been. So we lost our identity, which is playing disciplined ball. If you look at the whole season, Lamar Jackson had 4 interceptions all year. How are you going to have four interceptions, but yet he has 2 turnovers in one game alone, which is
Right.
uncharacteristic. So he's gripping it somewhere between the ears. Again, I want to say he's our generation of Peyton Manning, and Patrick Mahomes is the generation of the Tom Brady because it took a while for Peyton finally got it. Then he cracked it open, but clock is ticking for Lamar. Don't
I
let Josh Allen get this doggone ring this year.
he won't. He won't. Let's go. Let's transition to the Lions and Commanders game. What a game, man! I thought EMT, EMS. I thought ambulance. I thought there was going to be. I thought somebody was going to pass. Man, they were hitting. They were hitting. But the beauty, I love a good hitting game, defensive game. But it was Mr. Daniels, the quarterback, rookie quarterback for the Commanders. He was unfazed. Okay, he was cool on the road in Detroit and was unflattered. Just did not budge. He stuck with the game plan, made magic happen, and got a group of 52 to believe in him. At this point, he's no longer a rookie, if you ask me. That rookie stuff played out because he doesn't look like it, he don't act like it, and he don't walk like it. He is composed. He is command of the huddle, command of the locker room, and veterans are looking for him to and helping him succeed. So I love what he's doing. And I'm a believer in him. I didn't know he possessed all of this. How do you know until you go through the fire? And he's been in the fire. On the road again in Detroit, like I said, and do the damn thing. On the other side, Detroit. Hell, I should feel sorry for you, but I don't. You're at home. You're getting all the commercials. You're getting all the props. You're getting everything you just deserve. Your fan base is rabid. They are ready. Everybody is ready. Matter of fact, you had the coronation before the game. You're moving on. You're going to the NFC. You got still to play the game. It's only the Commanders. Oh, maybe the injuries caught up to you. Maybe. I'm sorry because we were praising you when you had the injuries, and we're gonna vilify you when you lose. No, we're gonna praise you, and you're gonna play. You're gonna line up and keep on playing. So we're gonna give you credit both ways. So you lost the game. You didn't take the maybe you didn't take the Commanders seriously. I don't know, Mr. Goff, you might need to get down because you're not a defender. When you that last time when you threw that interception and you threw that pick six, bro, you might want to get out the way because you got to think long term, not short term. Yeah, you're pissed. You threw the pick six, but you're like blood in the water, and there's a whole bunch of sharks, and they just wanted to blast you, and they did. Talk about maybe concussed, bro. Get your tail out the way when you throw that pick six, and just line them up for the next one. So hail to the Commanders, Jay Daniels, uh, the coach Quinn, McLaren, your running back Robinson, the whole Eckler, the whole team, and then you got your boy Wagner on defense. Just solid team execution of play, and you took it to quote unquote the NFC champs.
Beautiful game. So being here in the DMV area is great because, this is Commander Town. And it's been a long time since Commanders have had a solid team where the city rallies. It is bananas out here. It is great. That's why it also would have been awesome to watch the Baltimore Ravens win. But to have the Washington Commanders be at this point. Did I hear you say, Dr. T, that this is a rookie? This is a rookie. This is the first year. Dr. T, last year they were 4-13. The laughing stock of the league. So when I talk about the leadership aspect and building a culture, you bring in a new GM, you bring in a new owner, you bring in coaches, you shatter the old culture, say this is who we are. Look what Dan Campbell did with Detroit. So in 1 year, this Heisman, LSU grad, the Go Tigers, Heisman not looking like a rookie quarterback is kicking ass. And listen, that's 2 wins he's already had. Lamar only has 3 wins in the playoffs. If Jayden Daniels wins this weekend, he'll be 3-0 in the playoffs his first year. That's to your point. This is where people start talking about pecking orders of quarterbacks and said, okay, who's ready? Who's prime? If Jay goes down here and takes care of Jalen Hurts, who's already in the hot seat, a lot of people are trying to question him as a quarterback. Oh, my goodness. First year. And I don't think this is a one-trick pony. When I say that, we know Dan Marino was the hot shot. He had 1 trip to Super Bowl. The way that Jay Daniels, this is year 1, they have overachieved.
Yeah.
They are going to only upgrade. They're going to start attracting talent. Hey, didn't we hear that T. Higgins may be an unrestricted free agent? Don't let him say, dang, I like playing with Joe Burrow, but I'm also second fiddle to Jamar Chase. What if I go out here and play with Jay Daniels and I become the number 1 option? And now he's balling out with McLaren, and they do this. McLaren goes from wide receiver number 1 that pass off to the boy. This is going to be destination. So to the game. Hey, I'm not going to blame no defenses. I'm not going to blame injuries. 41 points to 35. Y'all was out there. It was a gunfight.
Right.
It's a gunfight.
Right.
The issue is
last man standing. Yeah.
Last man standing. You're the 14-2 team. We were just clowning Minnesota Vikings 2 weeks ago. How are you going to sit up in here against the number 6 seed and get your clock clean? So that's that part where y'all balled all year round for the chance to have home field. I'm over here mad at Baltimore Ravens because we didn't get home field. You, Detroit, are the number 1 seed.
Yep.
Number one, like we were going to host every game until you go to Super Bowl. And you let them boys come up in there with a rookie quarterback and run circles around you. And like you said, Jared Goff, there you go, mistakes.
Yep.
4 interceptions. Remember, he had a game earlier this year, 5. You're not gonna bring that same stuff to the postseason. It is a different speed, different feel. You feel
intensity.
I mean, the intensity as a fan, you're watching them like this. I'm gripping. And you're right. Boys were hitting out there, man.
Yes.
Woo! What a
Yes.
game.
Yes. Must we touch on the Chiefs at all? Chiefs and Texans. Do we need to address that at all? I
The
mean,
fact that the referees
no,
I
don't
mean,
do it. Don't do it.
Mahomes is
Don't
getting
do
the
it, man.
Brady rule, man. Mahomes is getting the Brady rule.
Don't do
I
it.
like Mahomes. But don't start doing stupid stuff like let's try out of bounds if someone pushes you, start flopping like the NBA. Come on, man. Like that right there pissed me off. Then there's some hits that Mahomes took that I know Josh Allen took, Lamar Jackson took, Jay Daniels, and they're like, oh yeah, get back in the huddle. That's some BS, man. I know he's the golden boy, but I don't have nothing to say about the game, but I don't need the rest. I'm watching 2 teams play, not 3. I'm watching the Chiefs versus the Texans, not the Chiefs versus the Texans versus the refs. I don't care about the zebra guys, but they should not be part of the game. Not to that point where I could be like, this team, roughing the passer, blow to the head. We're talking about additional opportunities. I don't even want to give the refs a chance to dictate an important game like a playoff game, man.
Okay. You did not mention the 8 sacks that the Chiefs put on him. You didn't talk about the missed field goal, extra points, about 7 points from the kicker. Don't ever blame the refs. Don't ever blame the refs.
I'm not blaming the refs for
and
the loss.
At the same time, you and we have the benefit of slowing it down, flipping it, and looking at it at instant replay. And we say, oh, damn. But they're doing it fast, live motion. And you know the biggest thing I want for all the conspiracy theorists, I want y'all to have that same energy for every game and every quarterback. Not just because it's Mahomes, and you're not the first to say this. You're not the first to say he's getting the preferential treatment. You're not the first to say that. So I'm addressing everybody else. Look at it objectively and give me some objective data. When that blow to Mahomes, when he took the hit, they called it a helmet to the head neck area. There was a blow to that. But in review, it didn't look like much of a blow. And the other was the sliding rule you were talking about. Well, we talked about that before because Mahomes and others like Mahomes, that's an NFL problem. When a quarterback is dinking and dunking like he's going to go down, that doesn't go down, and then he goes down late, that's an NFL problem because it's happened not just to Mahomes, but he gets away with it because he's done it before. To me, we'll address it now. When you run the ball and it's past the line of scrimmage, you are a runner. You're no longer a quarterback. Sliding should not even be a factor. You played the game. You're a runner now, and you're not. To me, you can be blasted. Who's going to slide? Slide for what? If you slide, you give yourself up. But if it's a late slide, I don't fault the defender. No, you play the game. So no, I'm not going to let you sit here. I'm not going to let you sit here and talk about the refs as though they had the refs play a factor in every game. You hope and pray as a fan and even as a participant in the game that there is silence, but they got to officiate. And sometimes they're going to make the call. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're going to be in your favor, and sometimes they're not. Period.
So you're saying, as you watch the game objectively, that Mahomes is getting no questionable calls in his favor, and that CJ Stroud didn't get any. I'm not saying, look, the best team won. I'm not arguing that. I'm not saying the refs were the ones that helped Kansas City win. They're going to blast them anyway. But the fact that there's some missed calls and questionable calls gives the Chiefs additional opportunities. The same calls when I watched Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen take some blows that didn't call anything. So just be consistent. Are you saying that you believe that Patrick Mahomes is treated like every other quarterback in the league in the calls that he's getting?
No,
Okay.
no, no. He's going to no, but Kobe, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, they have these rules for a reason, and they are getting preferential treatment. They do get
That's
that
all I
call.
need. That's
They
all
do.
I'm saying.
They do.
Yeah,
They do.
that's my big argument. Yeah, they
Yeah.
go to win the game. They don't need extra help from the rest. They're
Yeah.
gonna win it.
But I'm not saying that he got preferential treatment
You didn't
in this
say
game.
it. He
No,
gets the Kobe rule.
no. We're gonna agree to disagree. You know, I might need a shot of bourbon after this conversation.
I got a couple of them. I still got half a bottle left of one of them. The Ravens had me laid out like I should been on the corner, boy.
Oh, and the Eagles, they just manhandled the Rams. That was really, and we got family that are Rams fans, and it was a good kickoff, and that's about where it was ending. That tied that kickoff, and then Saquon just got loose, man. The Rams actually they did well enough, but not. You know, the Eagles were just far superior. The thing I want to bring out in the Eagles, and you touched on it earlier, is Jalen is Hurts is on the hot seat, and I'm trying to figure out why? Because every defense is making him run. They don't want him to pass because they got some badass wide receivers out there, and they want him to run. And Jalen is taking what you give him, so he's going to run the ball. I bet once those safeties come up and take away the run, that Jalen will do what he needs to do and get the ball down the field. So I don't know why he's on the hot seat, because he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's not making mistakes. He's not turning the ball over. He's rarely getting sacked. What is the problem? The Eagles are very strong. The Commander is going to have their hands full with the Eagles, because it's what do you take away? Because either way, you're going to determine how you're going to die. The Commander's got to determine how they want to die. And because I think Jalen can do either. He can run or he can pass. He's not the most proficient passer, but he can do both. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Jalen didn't win the Super Bowl.
No,
I'm sorry.
He went to Super Bowl. He
Okay.
went, but he did not. He did not win.
My bad. Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I think so. I know it's one of those things where it's almost like Mike Tomlin. Oh, Mike, let's fire Mike Tomlin. Why? I don't
Right.
see something obvious that shows Jalen Hurts is just a bad quarterback this year, or inconsistent, or erratic, or anything like that. I don't know if they want to see more downfield, but when you get a Saquon Barkley, unlike what the Ravens are doing, you run that beast. The Joker got
Yes.
2,000 yards. You run them. So Jalen
Yes.
may not be throwing as much. AJ Brown may not be getting that many receptions. Devontae Adams may not be. Guess what? I'm gonna hand it off to him, number 26, and he's gonna run it, and he's gonna run it, and he's gonna run it. And you and I played video games. We say we keep running the same play till you can stop it. So if Saquon Barkley can run it to the left for 5, run to the right for 9, run up the middle for 6, run to the left again for 20, keep giving him the ball. So that means Jalen Hurts only gets to throw the ball 6 times. But Saquon Barkley done put 250 yards in your behind, and you guys are up. So what do you want us to do? So I think maybe the fan wants to see more of this dynamic quarterback, but as you said, he's the Heisman Trophy winner. So they won double-digit games. They're the number 2 seed overall. So I don't know why he's getting all the criticism. If people truly, like I said, watch what the game plan has done, what Sirianni has done, you have Saquon Barkley. They're using him. I wish that we could have used. I thought really after Saquon got off like that against the Rams, that Baltimore would have said, "Okay, King Henry, it's your turn. Let's show this."
Right.
And I really thought that was going to be the good matchup. So, and as we look going to this game, that's not the same Commanders team. when they
Right.
faced last time in week 11. Eagles won week 11. Commanders won week 16. So that victory is fresher in everybody's mind. And this Jaden Daniels, that confidence level, a lot different than it was in the beginning of the season.
Agreed. Agreed.
So this is for the game to get to the Super Bowl.
Call your shot. Call your shot. We got Eagles, Commanders. Call it. Commanders all day. Chiefs, Bills.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
That was too simple. Really?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Easy.
No discussion.
Oh nah. Not the it's going to be a Native American battle. Oh, okay. No, it's not the Redskins. It's Commanders versus the Chiefs. But nah, man. Nah. I don't think the Bills. Again, I don't believe the Bills are the best team to beat the Ravens. They just didn't make any mistakes. You're not going to see Patrick Mahomes make those mistakes. Jason Kelce's not that. That also shows the quality of the team of the Kansas City Chiefs. Those mistakes aren't happening. I'm not watching Patrick Mahomes going, Matt, what are you doing? I'm not. How have we done that? How have we seen Jason Kelce do Travis Kelce do something, and we're like, oh, nah. Like, I don't. That this is the demon. This is the dragon. This is what Josh Allen has to assassinate if he wants to get to the promised land. And only one person been able to do that is Joe Burrow. Only one person been able to do that.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you with the Chiefs and Bills. My analysis is, man, Reed, Mahomes, Kelce, and defense far superior than the Bills. Now, statistically, Josh Allen and Mahomes, statistically, they're not the same. But we're not looking at statistics. It's wins and losses. It's dubs. That's what matters. And we all know what Mahomes did with what 16 seconds, 20 seconds left one time.
13 seconds.
Too much time left. So there's history here. And I love the history because it adds a little bit more spice. And don't forget the Chiefs lost to the Bills earlier. And you know what? Mahomes said, we'll see you later. We'll see you later. So I'm really excited about the game. But I think the better team is the Chiefs, and they're at home, like I said. When it comes to the Commanders and the Eagles, I think the Eagles are the better team, but I don't want the Eagles. I have never rooted for the Eagles. Matter of fact, I'm not a Philly fan in any sport, so I'm going against Philadelphia. I'm not a 76ers. I'm not a Flyers fan. I'm not a Eagles fan. No, let's hail the Commanders. Let's go up in there, and I do believe that those Commanders got a whole lot of confidence, and it is traveling. They proved that. They have proven that, and they will do it again. Elements won't matter because, like you said last week, we play in cold, okay? And so it's cold there, it's cold everywhere. Everybody's going to be cold. Okay, who's going to execute better? And I believe the Commanders, yes, Eagles are hungry, but it's something to be about momentum. You talked about it. It's something about it, and I feel as though there's a greater momentum with the Commanders than it is with the Eagles. So I'm seeing the Commanders. I'd like to see the Commanders and Chiefs as a Super Bowl contending team, and we'll talk about the breakdown later on.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think it'll be great. Now I am a Philly. I am an Eagles fan. Now I go back to the Randall Cunningham days, Reggie White, Jerome Brown, all that kind of stuff. But just I my heart is with the Commanders because of Jaden Daniels and what they've been able to do. My mind says the Eagles should, with the league rusher. They have everything there to do the revenge game against the Chiefs. But I'm all in for the Commanders. Hometown team, let's go. Let's make history. A black quarterback, rookie quarterback. Oh man, let's just make history, and it'll be great.
There is going to be a black quarterback in the Super Bowl for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Hey, and let's crown Ohio State, man, for what they did in the national championship. Ryan Day vindicated with winning the championship. He was vilified just a few short weeks ago. It wasn't that long ago, man, because he couldn't beat the Wolverines. The Notre Dame looked to me, they looked like they were overmatched. It just looked like it was just too big of a stage. The lights were just too bright. and yet they still stayed in the game just enough to give hope to the fan base and to the. But when you saw some of the moves, some of the plays, Ohio State, they just looked bigger, they looked faster, they looked like a pro team out there compared to Notre Dame. And so just the eye test alone, it just looked like Ohio State should have blew them out, but they didn't. It made it closer than what it needed to be. But that goes to the coach and to Notre Dame in fighting the fighting Irish, but fighting to stay in the game and to make themselves make the game respectable. So I think they got everybody's attention, the national attention from everybody, because nobody thought they'd get this far, let alone to the national championship, and they did. And they fought well, played well, but hell to congratulations to Ohio State and Coach Day out
Okay, whatever. Yeah, good job, Ohio State. Is he vindicated? Not until he beats Michigan. There's
he,
diehard Ohio State fans say, "I mean nothing. You ain't beat Michigan." But man, I had no dog in that fight. I hate both teams. I do have a little more respect for Notre Dame because they actually become likable. Is it because Coach Freeman? I don't know, but man, I hated when I saw this on the rundown that we had to talk about both these two teams because I didn't care that. But I will tell you what I did like. I think that the playoffs worked well. I think that it worked well because you have a number 7 versus an 8. Like, let's play ball. I don't like how we did in the years past. I like this. If they need to expand to 16, 14, I don't care. This right here works because yes, I'm SEC. I love SEC. But let's level the playing field. I still think Notre Dame needs to find some type of conference to play a championship game. There should be level playing field for everybody.
Agree.
But see Georgia get in there and Texas. I mean, they look great throughout the year, but let's lace them up. When you got snow in the field and you got teams got to travel, I thought that was great, man, that first round. So I like the playoff structure. I know they're going to tweak it, but for this to be the game, I thought it's awesome. I don't know what the ratings came out because the other side, it comes on the tail end of a football NFL playoff weekend divisional round. It's kind of like anticlimactic. So maybe they need to find a way where they can position that game, maybe lead into the divisional round of the NFL. Maybe that Friday could work. But to come off to the Saturday, Sunday game, and you're going to watch a college game, I don't want to be able to see this. So, but I think the formula is going to work well with having this the playoff.
Yeah, I think it was well done too, and congratulations. And to your point, to the NCAA for rebranding, redoing it, and everybody made money, and that's ultimately what happens is to make money. I feel like we need to close it out, brother, and I just want to tell our audience that my co-host, he seems to be a little bit better right now. We started off on a somber note, and he hit his stride, and he's good right now. You do not have to call and check on him. He looks okay. He's got good color to his skin, and his comments and commentary were on point today. So, as Dr. Phil, in my role of Dr. Phil, I feel good about who you are, where you are. But in all seriousness, I enjoyed the show. I hope you did too. As fans, enjoy the show. If you're a Ravens fan, let us know what's going on. What you think? Where are the corrections? What need to be made? Chiefs fan, Bills fan. We got a hell of a AFC Championship game coming up. I want to know what you guys are thinking. Commanders, Eagles. Who wins? Who doesn't win? And let's not forget about them Dodgers. Man, they are retooling. We lose Bueller, and we just keep turning it over like sod, and we're add a little manure, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, a little bit of Japanese sake, and yeah, here we go. Here we go. So you may not be a Dodgers fan, but I am. We are, and that's what we do. I'm Dr. Timothy Hoover, and I'm taking it to the house.
Hey, and to build on that, what a Christmas present to get new pitching in that bullpen. Hey, that's a late Christmas present. It's an early New Year's, and for me to have a little bit more, feel a little bit better about myself, Dr. T, having the Dodgers in LA do that for me particularly helped me get out the small depression funk I had with the Ravens. So how often do you get excited for baseball season? I'm excited for baseball season. Yeah, I can't get too excited for the Lakers right now, but that's a whole nother day. But thank you for bringing that other ray of sunshine to see the life, to see life in the light. And I mean, my situation a little bit different. You gave me an optimistic side of what the LA Dodgers are doing. I really appreciate this. This has been extremely therapeutic for me today. I appreciate you because honestly, I didn't want to do the show. But I knew I had this therapy session with you, Dr. T, and I really appreciate that. Family, friends, and colleagues and sports fans, this is it. Next weekend, AFC and NFC Championship games, we are here. We're still taking it to the house. Holler at us on all our social media platforms. We had a great day. Hope you had a great time with us. See y'all next week doing what we do. See y'all. Dr. Vic is out.
Man, I wanted to address the LA fires, first responders.
They still recognizable. Yeah, they still rebuilding, man.
It's gonna take a minute.
Wow, man! I saw what happened to JJ Redick's area, the Palisades. That no idea, man. That's